Okay. So this is the great one. Cynical Libertarian Society, CYNLIBSOC.com. Hanging out here with an Anarchy moment. This Anarchy moment has two purposes. First of all, I record these on my Zoom H2 audio recorder. It's a beautiful device. It's made by Samsung, which made that incredibly offensive commercial which treated men as idiots, and they got a lot of backlash. But I still like this device. Wait, I think this is made by Samsung, right? Am I on crack? I think it's made by Samsung. If I'm wrong about that, then never mind. But anyhow, Zoom H2, it's a beautiful device. And I'm testing it out because in the past, Michael W. Dean has mentioned that when he records with his Zoom 2, if he uses the AC power cable, he gets some hum in the recording. I have always, after hearing that, I've always recorded using batteries. And right now I'm testing it out, recording with the AC power cable to see if I get any hum or not. Now the other purpose of this episode of Anarchy Moment is for me to just talk about this some more. Because apparently I just can't stop talking about feminist and the whole Return of Kings thing. So the previous edition of Stating the Obvious 152 and the edition of Anarchy Moment prior to this one, I don't remember the number. I think it's 35 maybe. Which actually hasn't gone out yet as I'm recording this. It'll be going live on Monday. It's Friday night right now. It's Friday night while those of you who are feminist sluts are out there getting drunk, looking for some cock, you know, treating men like shit, and wondering why you can't find any good men because you're in a bar getting drunk. I'm at home working. Because, see, I have productive, important shit to do. Unlike you sluts. Unlike you feminists. Anyway, I sign on to Twitter, and I see in the Twitter stream some yada yada. One of the great things about all the Return of King, well, I should say all, some of the Return of Kings authors on Twitter is they get lots of hate tweets on Twitter, and they retweet them, and they're hilarious. So anyway, I saw one of these, and I followed it back to its source, to the person who tweeted it originally. And we're going to look at this individual, this feminists, as in possessive, Twitter stream. We're going to examine this because in the previous edition of Stating the Obvious, previous edition of Anarchy Moment, I made some statements about feminists. I said that they are inferior people. I said that they want to drag everybody else down to their level because they can't elevate themselves. I'm not sure if I came right out and said this, but I'm saying it now, that they're just not very bright people and they're motivated by hatred. So we're going to look at this individual's Twitter stream just to illustrate what the fuck I'm talking about, and also to test the Zoom H2 recording with the audio plug to see if there's any hum in it or not. So here we go. This person is Linda Hot Socks, and her Twitter handle is @Othello. Now, never mind. Her little tagline under that says, "Breaking Bad may be gone, but at least I still have New Girl." Now, remember in the blog post I read about 20 things women should be slammed for, it's a new word. One of the things was being a foodie. And the author said that being a foodie was wrong because if food is your hobby, there's something wrong with you. So this individual, this feminist, is on Twitter, and she has one line to say something about herself. And what does she say? Something about Breaking Bad and New Girl. I know what Breaking Bad is because people can't stop talking about it. I don't know what New Girl is. But these are television shows. So let's see right now from the start, what is it that is the center of her life? Television. Oh, aren't you living an exciting existence? You have 140 characters to talk about yourself. To tell other people who don't know anything about you who you are. And you talk about TV. Oh, what a feminist. Now, let's go down and let's read her tweets. I'm going to refresh just in case there's a new one. Okay. An hour ago. At Real Matt Forney, you're a fucking piece of shit. The actual fucking scum of the earth. Okay, notice. No evidence, no statistics, no logic, just name calling. Next one. At Real Matt Forney, what the fuck is wrong with you? I hope I'm wrong and hell exists just so you'll rot for eternity. Again, no logic, no reasoning, no counterpoints to anything. Just, you know, the usual compassion and tolerance that you can expect from an enlightened feminist. 1 hour ago, at Roosh V and Tutmos, I really fucking hope you two have daughters someday and realize how shitty the things you've said are. Fuck you. Really? Wait, and I can, because I read the blog, it's like, what, you want them to realize how shitty it is? I mean, do you think they would tell their daughters, don't be sluts? I mean, if I had a daughter, she would read this blog, Return of Kings. She would read this. I would say, do you see this shit on here? Don't be slutty. Don't be fat. Don't be on welfare. Don't have children without a husband. I would tell my daughter this shit. I mean, again, this tells you what Linda Hot Socks priorities and values, such as they are, actually are. All right, an hour ago, at Real Matt Forney, at Roosh V. But you can't forget about the amount of women with eating disorders who commit suicide. The number of eating, so what? What about the number of men in prison who commit suicide? And furthermore, what's the big deal about committing suicide? Isn't one of the tenets of feminism that women own their own body? If a woman owns her own body, she should be able to choose to kill herself if she wants to. What's the big fucking deal? I gotta scroll down. Hang on. Shh. It got quiet. Shh. Okay. So, and again, this is the closest she's come to any kind of rationale, and all she's trying to do is play the guilt. You know, come out and say, well, but women commit suicide because, well, okay. People commit suicide about a lot of things. That doesn't put talking about those things off limits. Nice try, but that doesn't actually work. That's attempting to manipulate the conversation by, you know, it's the same thing as just screaming racist or sexist or homophobic or rape or patriarchy. Yes, people commit suicide and they have eating disorders, but not everybody with eating disorder commits suicide, and everybody who commits suicide does it because of a eating disorder. Okay, who gives a fuck? Where are we? At Sway from USA, at B Downs, at Tutmos. A guy once called my friend a slut, and I gave him a bloody nose and a black eye. Fucking try me. Again, this is feminism. She's saying that she physically assaulted another person for calling somebody. Now remember, also, this is something I've explored a little bit lately too. As men, we're not allowed to call women sluts based on their behavior, right? So a woman is exhibiting a specific behavior. It's slutty behavior. We label her a slut. Okay. Yet women can call men creepers or creepy based entirely on the woman's opinion of the man, even if she knows nothing about him and nothing about his behavior. See, feminists, I shouldn't say women, feminists love to be able to, I'm still working on this whole talking thing. Feminists love to be able to label other people, but they don't want to be labeled themselves. And this is something I've talked about many times in the past. People who say they don't believe in labeling just mean they don't believe in other people labeling them. People who say you can't label other people are always perfectly okay with them labeling others, right? So this little feminist cunt, you know, she doesn't want to be labeled a slut. Well, I say she loosely. We're coming to that. But this feminist believes that it's okay to label other people, I'm sure. Before this, 6 hours ago, she wrote something petty at Petty Jesus and at Sway from USA. What the fuck? Hold on, let me hit the view conversation and see what happens here. So this response was to a quote that said, "Women don't want men that don't cheat." Interesting. Wow, this is interesting. So I expanded the conversation for where Linda Hot Socks said, quote, "A guy once called my friend a slut and I gave him a bloody nose and a black eye. Fucking try me." You know, the tweet where she admitted that she's utilized physical violence against another person for saying a word. This is tolerance. This is diversity. This is enlightenment. This is feminism. This was in response to somebody. Bridget Downs wrote, and I'm trying to figure out what the order sequence of events. Got it. Okay. So Bridget Downs wrote, quote, "I'm just going to start slapping people who don't identify as feminist," unquote. If you don't identify as a feminist, feminists will use physical violence against you. Here it is. This is feminism. This is statism. This is the fucking sickness. If you don't have the beliefs that these nasty fucking cunts have, they will use physical violence against you because you have a different belief than they do. That is tolerance and diversity. And then Sway from USA, whoever that is, I don't know who this person is, responded to that and said, "Report back here on how it goes." Oh, try doing that. Report back here on how it goes. There's feminism for you. Physical violence for people who have different opinions than them. Why? Because they cannot convince anybody using reasoning. I'm going to do a screenshot of this and put it up. So now we get back down to where we were. Here, 6 hours ago, Linda Hot Socks posted a selfie from yesterday because I felt like a model. That's what it says. It's a fucking selfie. Okay, mature people do not use the word selfie in a sentence. So I looked at this picture, this selfie, and I thought, well, she's not that unattractive, but she kind of looks like a man. Because it's a close-up of just the face. She kind of looks like a man. So just hold that for a minute. So then we go on down, and it says, at Sway from USA, at Marie McKinnon, "You're an uneducated, ignorant, self-centered, privileged, walking, talking, babbling, really, bag of dicks." Now, this is a person whose entire conversation has consisted of saying the word fuck and threatening people with physical violence. And she is saying that somebody else is uneducated, ignorant. Self-centered, this is the person who just posted a selfie of herself because she felt like a model. And she's calling somebody else self-centered. The one before that, at Sway from USA, at Jolie Malinzo, at Tutmos, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Before that, at Real Matt Forney, at Return of Kings, at Rishfi, at Tutmos, "Yeah, congrats on having tiny dicks and overcompensating by being huge ones." Again, still no reason, no logicking. That's the active form of using logic, is logicking. No logicking. All right. 7 hours ago, at Real McQueen and Tutmos, "You're a prick." Again, no logic, no ration, just name calling. 7 hours ago, at Freedom25, at Tutmos, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I'm going to take a chance and hit view conversation and see what happens. Frost, who is at Freedom25, wrote, "Lots of girls with eating disorder." I can't talk. Hold on a second. Let me get a drink of water. I'm cracking up. And the clock is going off. It's 8 o'clock. Do you know where your daughter is? It's 8 o'clock, Friday night. Do you know where your daughter is? If she's a feminist, she's in a bar somewhere acting like a whore, working on getting a venereal disease, and probably threatening to call some guy bad names and kick his ass if he referred to her as a slut. Anyway, Frost wrote, lots of girls with eating disorders hating on at Tutmos are cute, ironically proving that the article was accurate. Which is true. Alright, and that's what she responded with, what the hell is wrong with you? Which there's nothing wrong. He's making a statement. He is stating that a lot of the girls hitting on this guy are cute. I mean, this is a... Again, let's think about this. Okay, so he says the girls with eating disorders hating on the author of this article are cute. Well, you know, cute is something. It means something. If he thinks they're cute, that means they're physically attractive, ironically proving the article is accurate because the article asserted that chicks with eating disorders are physically attractive. Okay, there's reasoning, there's logic there. This is boy stuff. This is what men do. And all she says is, what the hell is wrong with you? Well, there's nothing wrong with them. They're stating a fact. The article said many chicks with eating disorders are physically attractive. And then he said that many of the chicks with eating disorders who are pissed off about this are physically attractive. That's called reasoning. That's logic. That's evidence. That's an observation. She can't understand this because, well, she can't understand this because she is a feminist. All right, here we go. 7 hours ago, at Tutmos, if you had a daughter, would you encourage her to have an eating disorder so guys would want her? You make me fucking sick. Nobody said women should have eating disorders. The article said that you should date women with eating disorders, and there are 5 good reasons to do so. Nowhere in the article, I know this because I actually read it, unlike Linda Hot Socks, did it say women should go out and get eating disorders. All right. Then, at Tutmos, you're probably one of those people who shames women because you need to make yourself feel better about none wanting you. Prick. Right, because there's no shaming going on. No, Linda Hot Socks, you're somebody who needs to drag other women down to your level. We've covered this already. Now, here we go. Linda Hot Socks at Scarlet Kitty 1 at Tutmos. Sending your conflicting opinions and hatred of his are fine. Threats are not. Now, this is a person, she just said threats are not fine. However, later on, she admits that she physically attacked a person for calling someone a slut. Here we see the typical statist double standard. It's wrong to kill people, except when Obama kills people with flying robots. Then it's okay because Obama gave me Obamacare. Because I have an Obama phone, so I'll support Obama while he murders people in foreign countries with flying robots because I have no fucking morals. I gotta screenshot that also. Let's see here. Hang on. So that's one thing I don't like about the AC cord is noise whenever the AC cord gets hit. That's why I like batteries. So Lexi, who is Scarlet Kitty 1, wrote, "Hey guys, posting at Tutmos. Hey guys, posting hate is not okay. Sending Tutmos hate isn't cool, and his articles aren't cool. Both sides need to change." So Scarlet Kitty was apparently trying to jump in and say that everybody needed to stop being hateful, even though she doesn't agree with Tutmos. Everybody needs to not be hateful on both sides. That's to which with Linda Hot Socks responded, "Sending your conflicting opinions and hatred of his are fine, threats are not." And then, of course, she goes on to talk about how she did physical violence to another human. But, well, by she, I mean, anyway, I might have to view this conversation to put this in context. right, here. Tina wrote at Tutmos, why don't people get that we all have freedom of speech? You're entitled to your opinion and the right to publish it. Linda Hot Socks responded to that by saying, no one is arguing that. We're saying his opinions are shit. Okay, but again, that's not evidence, that's not reasoning. Well, your opinions are shit, okay? Why are his opinions shit? Articulate the reasons why his opinions are shit. But you can't do that because you're a feminist. To you, other people's opinions are shit simply because you don't agree with them. You don't know why you don't agree with them. You can't articulate why you don't agree with them. You can't articulate what's wrong with anything. You just have your opinions. All right. At Tutmos, I would say you're a giant dick, but that would be a compliment to you, so you are a tiny shrimp dick no sane woman wants. As if Linda Horse Socks would know anything. Hot Socks, not Horse Socks. Whew. Hot Socks would know anything about what sane women want. Alright, so then we skip some stuff here. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And then we get down to the 20th of November, where Linda Hot Socks tweeted, I don't like Bill Cosby because my creepy therapist played his CDs during multiple sessions and just watched me react. It was horribly weird. Here we see she labels a man she doesn't like as creepy, but this is her therapist. So her therapist is creepy, but she kept going back. Oh, that's right. Feminists don't have any responsibility for what happens to them. The patriarchy made her keep going back to the creepy therapist. And the tweet before that one, on the 20th of November, Linda Hot Socks tweets, I'm at the 15th annual International Transgender Day of Remembrance Candlelight Vigil, and it is very emotional. And suddenly we understand why in her selfie she kind of looks like a man. Feminist. Stop going on Twitter and fucking threatening people with violence and generally just acting like the little fucking douchebag cunts you are. If you're so offended by all this shit, start your own fucking website. You can call it Return of Queens or whatever, and write some shit that's fucking logical. You know, write some stuff justifying, explain to us poor little patriarchal influenced men who just don't know anything. Explain to us why and how being a fat single mother with multiple children, with multiple fathers, some of whom you don't even know, and being on welfare and having short hair, explain to us why this is so wonderful. Just explain it to us. I mean, you're so intelligent, you're so rational, you should be able to do this. Meanwhile, you can jump over to her, what do you call this, Tumblr feed. And on her Tumblr feed, her quote-unquote profile says, hi, I'm Linda, and that's basically everything interesting I can tell you about myself. So she admits that there's nothing interesting about her at all, so she's a loser. And as I just scrolled down the little Tumblr feed here, I saw a bunch of shit I don't care about. And then, of course, there's a picture of the new slut heroine, Miley Cyrus. It's like all the fucking slutty-ass feminists have adopted Miley Cyrus as their fucking poster girl. Ever since she got up there, cut her hair off, stuck her tongue out, and fucking acted like a slut. She is the fucking hero of the feminist slut movement. If that's what you feminists aspire to, you know, and I don't know also what makes these feminists think that men would care that these feminists are mad at them. I mean, speaking as a man, I want nothing to do with these kind of people. The madder they get at me, that's the better, because that's the further they stay away from me. All right. Dude, that was 25 fucking minutes of me droning on about this idiot's fucking Twitter feed. Feminists accuse masculine men, such as the people who write over at Return of Kings, of compensating for small penises. And yet here, in this Twitter stream, we can see a feminist who is compensating for having a penis.